I don't know if I'm getting my comments or not, so please forgive me. I'm not sure if I'm getting comments on here. Hold on just a minute. Let me see. Well, hey there, Battle. How are you? I was looking like a first sergeant. What was I doing? Besides looking through these glasses. Hi, D. Tanner. How are you? What was I doing looking like a first sergeant? So I can keep looking like a first sergeant. Hey, there is Giggly Berry Juice. How are you? Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I'm honored. Hi, Jen Jade. Oh, I was frowning. Child, I'll try to look through these glasses. I'm trying to see. Hey, Just Be Real. Thank you for being patient with me. Please forgive me for being late. I was trying to see because the letters are tiny. Oh, let me stretch my legs out. Here we go. Hello, everyone. Please forgive me for my tardiness. Please forgive me. I had some stuff to take care of with my daughter, and please let me know if when I'm on, if it starts lagging. Let me know if it starts lagging, because I was having some issues with my internet. Good evening, everyone. Please forgive me. Thank you so much. Hold on, I'm gonna squint, okay? Hi, Deborah. How are you? Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I missed formation. No, I ain't missed formation. That's good, Jen. That's good. Congratulations to you. Please forgive me. Ooh, excuse me. Please forgive me for being tardy. I was trying to handle some stuff on my computer, and I couldn't. I'm trying to handle some stuff on my computer, and I couldn't get my computer. I'm gonna deal with the computer later. I was trying to get some things right on my computer, and it wasn't working for me. In the event that it lags a little, let me know, cause my internet has been. I have to call about my internet, so my internet has been kind of. We gonna believe that it's gonna work for us tonight, okay? Thank you so much. Hi, Gary, how are you? Hi, Jalen, how are you? Hi, Sean, how are you? Hi, Primal Code, how are you? Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you so much for being here. Please forgive me for my tardiness. I am here. I will make sure I make it quick. We're going to get straight to the point. We're going to start. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for being so patient with me coming on. I know a lot of you are, excuse me, a few hours ahead. So you guys are a few hours ahead of me. So I apologize. I know it's late and some of you are joining me and it's 9 o'clock. I started at 9 o'clock. So let me put a disclaimer out. It is 9:03. So I'm an hour late starting. So please forgive me. But it's 9:03 Pacific Standard Time. If you are not at 9:03 Pacific Standard Time Sunday, March 30th, and you are watching, thank you. Then you are watching the replay. If you don't like all of my salutations, please take the opportunity and fast forward. If you are on my live, you are gonna have to go through my hi Kim, go through my salutations. Thank you so much. Hey, Michigan. Oh, you're late. I mean, you're on late. So thank you so much. I'm gonna make sure I get straight to the point so that you guys are not on here forever and ever. And we're just gonna talk, okay? We're gonna go ahead and talk and get this started as people are coming in. So I know as people are gonna start coming in, they're gonna ask, "What is the topic?" You are welcome to give them the topic. And the topic tonight is hijacking the narcissist. We're talking about the narcissist and how they hijack your mind, soul, and your life. Okay, so I'm gonna say some things that may offend some people. It may hurt your feelings, but you know I'm a very straightforward person. I like to get straight to the point. It's gonna hurt your feeling, but do understand that when you go into a doctor, tell me yawn again. Ooh, excuse me. When you go into a doctor, a lot of times a doctor has to go from the least invasive to the most invasive to find out what is going on in your body, right? They may give you pain medication. They may give you physical therapy. They're going to push. And when they're pushing and touching, what's going to happen is when they're pushing and touching, you're probably going to wince in pain. You're probably going to get angry because that hurts. Why are you hurting me? You know, and then they're going to go maybe do an x-ray. They're going to do an MRI to find a CAT scan to find out what is going on. They'll probably give you some medication, some pain medication. They'll send you to, excuse me. Oh, y'all know I'm tired tonight, right? But I'm here and I'm faithful and I want to make sure I put this information out, okay? But what they'll do is they'll MRI, so they give you medication, pain medication. They'll send you to physical therapy to see if they can work that thing out, right? Whatever it is that's going on in your body. If they can't, then they'll go to the more invasive. Then they'll go in and they'll do a surgery. What surgery does, it inflicts another injury, but this injury is for the purpose of fixing the original injury. And a lot of times when you come out of surgery, the pain of recovery is more, it feels like it's more painful than the original pain. So some people ask, why did I even get this surgery? Because this surgery, you know, after the surgery, I feel worse than what I did with the original pain. And so, but you have to understand that the pain that you are now experiencing is the pain of recovery. So you are now recovery. I should drink some coffee. Hold on. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. But the pain that you are experiencing now is the pain of recovery. And sometimes the pain of recovery feels worse than the original pain, but you're actually healing if you understand what you're going through. So I said all that to say this. A lot of times I say things and I know that some people get upset because you're probably in the situation, and that's okay. Sometimes we have to tell the truth. Sometimes we have to tell the truth and be honest to tell people where they are and where they're not. And so that's how I'm starting this off. And the reason why I'm starting it off like this, because these are two questions I want to ask you. The first question is, why do they want, you know, you ask a question, or you may ask a question, what do they want with me? Why did they want me? What do you have that they want? Now, for many people, and this is males and females alike, you're under the assumption that, you know, you the best thing since sliced bread. You know, you think that, you know I look good. I look in the mirror, I look good at myself. A little prideful, a little arrogant, you know, I know I look good. I got it going on. I make a good husband. I make a good wife. You know, I look good. I look young. My body's like this. I go to the gym. I'm healthy. I'm an executive. I'm a CEO. I'm this, I'm that. Well, they're not getting with you because of how wonderful you are. They're getting with you because you are a trophy, especially if you have something like a somatic narcissist and you're gorgeous or you're handsome. You know, you are what everybody wants. They're going to go after you because you become the trophy. You become the hood ornament. You become that thing that makes them look better. You give them status quo. So they're getting with you because what somatic narcissist that you know that is attractive is going to have an ugly woman. If they have an ugly woman, it's not often that they're going to bring that ugly woman or that ugly man in public. So they're going to have something that meets their criteria and meets them where they're at, meaning, you know, the aesthetics of a person or certain things about that individual. Look at her. She's educated. She's a CEO. He's a CEO, a CFO. He's got money. He's good looking. Everybody wants him. I have her. I have him. You know, this is a good, everybody's looking at this woman. I have her. Everyone's looking at this man. I have him. So it's not about how wonderful you are. It's the fact that you appease their ego. You make them look good. It's all about how you make them look. You are making them look good because of what you are, who you are, and how you look. Now, the thing about a narcissist is that when they connect with you, they also see the people that you're connected to. They want what you have. So they don't have a problem smearing your name in front of the people as they get to know the people around you. And what they'll do is they project their attributes onto you and then sell you the bad part of them and sell you to the people around you. So all these people that look at you with high esteem, they put you on this pedestal. They think you're a great person, a wonderful person. I love working for this person. All these wonderful things makes a narcissist cringe because they're not talking about them. And so they're hating you inside because of the fact it's not them, the narcissist that that these people are talking about. It is the person that they are connected to. And so the person that they are connected to is getting all the attention, and the narcissist wants the attention. So the narcissist gets around the people that you are around in order to kind of move you out of the way so that the tension will turn around back to them. So what they'll do is all their negative attributes, they'll put it on you. And then they'll start, befriending people that you know and start giving a little information, becoming friends, asking for advice about, and the things that they're saying about you is probably a total lie, but they want that life that you have is what they want. They want that attention. They want that type of respect. They want what you have. Even if it's a house or a car or the type of clothes, you'll notice that they'll start matching you. You think it's cute, because they're matching you. No, they're not matching you because that's cute. They're matching you because they're competing with you. Now, let's talk about this right here. When we talk about the soul, we're talking about, the mind. The soul houses your emotions, behaviors, thoughts, perceptions, feelings, sense of self, your will, your beliefs, your experiences, your interpretations of the world. This is what makes you human. The soul is what makes you human, and your mind is a part of your soul. Now, the word psych in psychology, psychology is the study of the way the human mind works and how it influences behaviors or influences a person's character on their behavior. And so when you're talking about a narcissist, remember, you're talking about a person that has a character flaw. You're talking about a person that has a disordered character or a disordered personality. So, and that's a part of that psychology. Psyche means soul, personality, the soul, the mind, the personality, the totality of the elements forming the mind. We say mind and brain, and people usually use that interchangeably, but the brain, if you study the brain neurons and all sorts of stuff that's going on in the brain, it does have a place for the feelings and the emotions and the thought and long term. Yes, but when you're talking about the mind, you're talking about humanity, what makes you human and how you connect to the world around you, right? So if you think about when you think, there are some people that do think in words, but most people think in image. So there's an image, and anytime a narcissist or person wants to control a person, they usually have to tap into their emotions because it takes a minute to change a person's mind, to change a person's will. Your mind is the computer system of your entire body. Think about, and I said this because I did a TikTok video and it was like a 10-minute video. But one of the things that I said is wherever you are right now, whether you're sitting in your room, your living room, if you're outside, if you're at work, wherever you are, just look around for just a minute. You have a dresser right here. You got a chair, you got clothes, jewelry, glasses, wigs, earrings. If you look around your room, pick out certain things that you see. All that came from the creative mind of a person, and they created that. Oftentimes, I would stand outside and because I'm right next to the Air Force base, the Army Air Force base, and the C-130 flies right above our heads, and so right above our building. So sometimes when I'm sitting in the car, I watch them because they fly low because they're going to land. But I think sometimes I'm like, wow, can you believe that an aircraft was in somebody's mind and somebody created an airplane to take us from point A to point B? Somebody, and it's in the air. There's nothing holding it up. Somebody was creative enough to create an aircraft to stay in the air for hours to get you to another place. That's the creative mind of a human being. So you have to understand that in order to, when you think something, you can create something. You know what I mean? It is when you think something, you can create something. When you think something, even if you think of where you're going next, wherever your mind goes, your body is going to follow. And so in order to take control of a person's mind, their body, their life, you have to first get into their mind. And sometimes it takes a minute to get into someone's mind so people will tap into your emotions, especially a narcissist. A narcissist will tap into your emotions. Once they can get into your emotion, I'm gonna tell you how they do it. Once they can tap into these emotions, they can work on changing your mind, hijacking your mind, changing your narrative to match their narrative. And then they look at you like you're crazy. And this is from their minds. They're projecting into you. And you're picking up the language and you take it upon as if it's yours. So check this out. So think about when you think in imagery, you see it in your mind's eye, right? That's visual. You see it in your mind's eye. And when you see it in your mind's eye, your brain has to process what it's seeing. Have you ever heard someone say, I can see it in my mind, I just don't have the words to articulate what I see? Or I have seen something and I do not have the vocabulary to articulate to you what I saw. Or I don't have the words to articulate the images in my head, or the dreams that I have, or the things that I want to do. I do not yet have words to describe, because your words become a paintbrush. So a narcissist understands that their words become a paintbrush. Now that's male and female alike. And most men know, when it comes to male and female relationships, a man knows when I talk to her, I got to come off with it's not even a good game. I got to make sure I say the right things in order to get her attention. Or men work very hard on verbal. I have to say the right thing to make sure I catch her attention. A woman, on the other hand, the way that they normally think is, I have to look a certain way to catch his eye, because men are visual creatures. Women are verbal creatures. So a woman knows to dress a certain way to attract that mate, to attract that man. And a man knows I have to say the right things, in order to stimulate her imagination and get her attention or get her time. Tell me I'm lying, men. Am I right? So there are 5 senses that we have. We know 5 senses: visual, auditory, olfactory, tactile, and gustatory. There we go. Visual, your mind's eye, what you see, in your mind's eye, what you visualize. That's why when men talk, they paint a picture with the words, because they know that your mind is going to create images. Men talk to create imagery in your mind. They know that their words become a paintbrush, and their words become a paintbrush so that you'll have imagery in your head. They want you to think about them. So they draw a picture with their words, and they know that you are creating imagery in your head. Auditory, the information is what do you hear? How do you hear what you hear? What do you hear? What is going into your ears? What are you hearing? Even if you close your eyes, for some people that deal with PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, they can hear the trauma playing over and over and over again, and the imagery in their head of what they've seen. And sometimes those sounds can be terrifying, but auditory, or the beauty of the birds in there. You see, it all creates a picture. Olfactory is your sense of smell. Some people, let me get to this for a minute. So olfactory is your sense of smell. If I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, those of you that love drinking coffee, For some people, they love for, family members to start a pot of coffee downstairs, and you wake up in the morning and you can smell the fresh coffee brewing. Oh, that's just beautiful. My grandmother used to do that. I used to smell the coffee brewing because she was in there making coffee. And for those of you that are from Germany or have been stationed in Germany, the Brötchen, the hard bread with the soft middle, the Brötchen with the butter and the honey, and some coffee, and that was the breakfast in the morning. And so you can smell the coffee. Or some of you guys, if you think about Christmas time, you think of the pine smells, you think of the peppermint smells. If you're thinking about the fall, the fall season, you're thinking about the cinnamon smell or the pumpkin smells, or you're thinking of spring, the floral scents. So you can almost categorize your smells, but it brings back memories, right? And those memories bring back imagery. And not just imagery, you also can hear the birds chirping during the spring. We could talk about it. It's so beautiful when you go outside and you see the new things blossoming, and you smell, the beautiful, what is it? The cherry trees, the Japanese cherry trees. Or they got one tree, I don't know if you guys are familiar with it. It's called a corpse tree. All those flowers are so beautiful and they stink so bad. Oh, they're most stinkingest. It's not even stinkingest trees, but they're so pretty. And they're usually here, they're right next to the cherry blossom trees. But you can imagine the smells. Those of you who have hay fever, you know what it smells like, fresh cut grass. During the spring or in the morning, summer, you can smell the fresh. But look at all the imagery that's coming up in your mind when I'm talking about it. You also have tactile. Tactile means feeling, feel, touch, the touch of your animal. Some of you guys have fur babies. The feel of the fur baby's fur. You may have had a favorite one that went over the little rainbow bridge, but you remember the soft fur. What did the fur feel like? Or certain material that you like. And the gustatory. Gustatory is taste. You remember grandmama's pound cake, that buttery pound cake, or I love strawberry shortcake, the strawberry shortcake or chocolate. You can, if I say those, what does chocolate taste like? Or a Snicker bar, or, a nice hot cup of coffee with creamer in it. Or some of you guys like tea with creamer in it. You can taste that. In your mind's eye, you can taste that. So you have all 5 of these senses. And what I was going to say before I interrupted myself is, whenever I'm doing an assessment, one of the things that I look for is hallucinations. You have visual hallucinations, you have auditory hallucinations, you have olfactory hallucinations. Sometimes people smell sulfur, or people smell things, right? Tactile, bugs crawling across, bugs crawling across their hands or arms. You see people that are on meth. You see them picking their skin because they feel like there are bugs under their skin. And gustatory, certain tastes. Certain people, like people that have epilepsy, they get a metallic taste in their mouth. Some of them describe it as a metallic taste in your mouth, or even bleeding. You get that, certain diseases will give you a certain taste in your mouth, right? So those 5, but a lot of times it also could mean, some people think it means schizophrenia or psychotic episodes. Sometimes that's also a sign of a brain injury. And usually if they do say that they're having some of these symptoms, I usually ask them, have you ever had a head injury when you were growing up? Anytime, have you have a head injury where you passed out, where you had like memory loss, where you had like blurred vision, where you had like severe headaches, where you were confused, you had confusion, you didn't know where you were at, you started vomiting, you passed out, or you become unconscious. Those are signs of a TBI, of a traumatic brain injury. And sometimes what people think is schizophrenia, or what they think is psychotic episodes, are actually a brain injury. And so don't always assume that when you see these symptoms that a person may be schizophrenic or having psychotic episodes. You advocate for that person, and you ask that doctor to have them do a brain scan, an MRI, a CAT scan, to find out if there's a brain bleed, if there's some damage, and ask them to make an appointment with a cognitive psychologist. A cognitive cognitive psychologist, I think that's what it is, or a neurologist to check and see if there's brain injuries as opposed to mental health issues. But I said all that, I just wanted to throw that there because I said all that because a narcissist uses all of this to pull in their victims. Why do you think they play certain music? Why do you think they wear certain types of cologne? They'll figure out what it is because, you do have pheromones. You do have ladies, you give off a smell. Listen, for y'all little fast tail girls, like the old people used to say, for y'all little fast tail girls, let me tell you something. Animals go in the heat, and the males can smell that. Do you know that when you are a woman, it's not the fact that you are in heat. When you looking and seeking and stuff like that, a man, they can't tell you what they smell because they don't smell, but they pick up on that scent. And they know when a woman is hot to trot. They can pick up on your voice inflections. They can tell by your voice inflection how your voice, when you're talking, the different tones that you're using. They can pick up on those tones because they can pick up on the tones, put it that way. Women too, we can pick up on those tones, and so a narcissist will use all five of those senses because what I call it is fishing. They're fishing to see what it is that I need to throw out there for you to bite the bait. What is it? And I talk a lot about the 5 love languages. The 5 love languages is, the first 2, when you take that 5 love language test, some of you guys go and look online, it's a free 5 love language test. Take the 5 love language test. Usually the top 2 are your top 2 dominant love languages. Some of you guys like touch. Some of you guys like quality time. Some of you guys like acts of service. Some of you guys like words of affirmation. Some of you guys like gift giving. The first 2 are usually your 2 dominant traits, your dominant love languages. And so when someone is communicating with you, the way that you interpret love is by those love languages. Also, those love languages are the areas in which you lacked growing up. Those are areas that you may not receive some. You may not have received touch growing up. You may not have received quality time growing up. You may not have received, words of affirmation. And words of affirmation could be a thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Quality time could just be me and you sitting in the room together. We're just in the same space together. Acts of service or gift giving could be my sister's a gift giver, and so she said, and I asked you, sometimes you have to ask people, what does that mean to you? She says, if you get me an ink pen, like if you're traveling, you come to see me, you get me an ink pen. She said, it means so much to me because I knew you thought about me. For me, I'm like, I don't think you thought enough. If you got me an ink pen, unless you get me a specific type of ink pen, you didn't put a lot of thought to the type of person I was, or you don't really know me, So you see what I'm saying? So a narcissist also uses your love languages and uses your senses. That's why they may wear certain types of perfume or colognes. And if you really, really like it, you'll notice that if they discard you or you discard them, all of a sudden they're wearing that cologne. I was thinking about you, and they'll put that cologne or that perfume on. Or there's certain music that they listen to all the time. And so they listen to it to a point where that music is now associated to that narcissist and that time. So anytime you hear it, you are triggered like a hypnotic effect. As soon as you hear the music, immediately you think about that narcissist. When it comes to visual, they may set a mood for you. They may like winter. They may like low lights. They may like candles. They may, all this. But all that is to pull you in to see. It's like casting that net out to see what it is that you like without even asking you. They can just ask, but without asking you, they try to see what would make you bite the bait. And not only bite the bait, what is it that really, really, that you really like that I can use and strengthen? Tactile. Are you the type of touch? Do you like furs? Do you like that soft blankets? Is it tactile? Is it taste? Gustatory. There we go. Gustatory. Is it taste? Is it a certain type of foods? They'll use all that to pull you in, and they'll use all that to hoover you. And when it comes to hijacking your life, first of all, they try to get into your mind by going through your sensories. They'll use your sensories. They'll use your emotions. However I can move your emotions. Is it to make you? Do I need to make you angry and then apologize? Do I need to use your love languages to pull you in? What is it that I need to do to pull that fishing rod out there for you to bite on so that I can hold on to you? And you have to remember, I say it over and over again, for many people, you think that you got with that narcissist because that narcissist cares about you. You got with them. What makes you any better than the last supply? Well, the last supply was crazy, and the last supply almost burnt up his car, or the last supply, he almost blew up the house. The last supply. But now that you're with that narcissist, now that you know some stuff that he and she knew. Now you thinking to yourself, I wonder if it was that bad. It probably was, and worse with you, because they done created a monster and left, and now they're with you. And so you thinking you're better than the old supply. Thank you. You're not special. I hate to say that. I know it hurts some of your feelings. You are no special than the last supply. You are the best thing that has ever happened to that narcissist until they meet the next best thing. And you are not special. No one is special. You are like a brand new car that has a leather smell. That brand new leather smell, and there's only a matter of time at which that leather smell fades away, and they're looking for another fresh leather smell. So you are no special to that narcissist. You're not. You're special for the moment, and you serve a purpose. And if you stay there long enough, you serve a purpose. Like I said, if they are somatic narcissists that are all into appearances and looks and how people think of them, why would they have a donkey on their arm? Why would they be walking around with a mud duck? They're going to walk around with the best thing that everybody wants because they can throw that in their face. They're going to walk around with the best thing, and here you are just as arrogant and just as prideful and turning your nose down and pointing your finger at the last supply. The last supply may look like a rhino, but at one point in time, they were a beauty queen too, and now you looking at them comparing yourself. I got your man first of all, or I got your woman first of all. If you got them, then they didn't never belong to them in the first place. And if you got them, it is proof that they are community property. That means if you were able to take a man away from a woman or a woman away from a man, they were never together in the first place. They never belong to any. They don't belong to nobody. They are community property. Whomever, let me tell you something. And the thing about it is when you look at them, look at the new supplies, and some of you guys wear new supplies, and you're like, I can't be bought. No. Yeah, you can, at a price, because you were bought at a price. It just depends on what the price was. Who was the highest bidder? And the highest bidder happened to be that narcissist, unfortunately. And the highest bidder was the one who was able to give you what it was that you craved: attention, love, touch, made you feel like somebody. You were somebody for a moment. They put you on a pedestal, So to a narcissist, they make you feel special. But you know how much energy that is for them to make you feel special? And there's always an ulterior motive. There's always an ulterior motive. And when they are hoovering someone else, or when they're talking to friends, don't think for a minute that they're not talking about you. They're taking their dysfunctional attributes, and they take the things where you're human and they blow it up and make it into something bigger than what it really is. And now what it is all these people that admired you and thought you were somebody. Yeah, I bet you they don't think you somebody now. They know this about you, they know this about you now. So now you're nobody without the thought that, number one, if you're in an intimate relationship with someone, if you're my man or if I'm your woman, that first of all, we should protect each other. There are things, vulnerabilities that you're going to find out about somebody when you are in a romantic relationship with them, or you're in a relationship, even a friendship with that person, and there is this code of silence, this code of conduct, but it's a code of silence, where I'm going to protect you at all costs. I'm not going to tell your business because you're vulnerable enough to tell me your business. So I'm going to protect your business. I'm not going to make you look bad in front of anybody. But the thing about it is that a narcissist does not have loyalty to anybody. And so they're looking at the friends that esteem you, or the co-workers, or the people that work around you, and they esteem you and they have a lot of respect. And so they take your humanity and blow it up and make it into something that is bigger than what it really is. Now, the wise people that are around you, they may think, okay, why would you come and say, now the smart person would say, why would you come and say something like that? That person is human. And the stuff that you're saying, you should have kept that to yourself. Nobody should have known that. That's bad on your part. But the average person doesn't want to, they want to know the business. They want to know the business. Like my grandbaby say, they want to know the business. And the thing about it is they're going to take their own attributes. So if they're irresponsible when it comes to money, you become irresponsible when it comes to money. If they're the ones that is irresponsible buying cars and shoes and clothes and traveling and doing this, and you guys are struggling at paying bills, or you don't know where the money going, and they just running amok with your finances, they're going to turn it around and make it seem like it's you. So when they start failing and people can see that you are failing, that they are failing, they're automatically put the blame on you, that you're the one that caused the family to fail. You're the one that caused the business to fail. You're the one that always buying this and always doing this, because they're going to put that on you. They're going to put that on you because they want the reputation. They want your reputation. They want, and when they introduce themselves to other people, they take your attributes and introduce themselves to other people with your attributes. If you are a college professor, if you are this right here, or you're this right here, they'll tell them about all the education that they got. Now, listen, some of you listen to them and they're bragging about you. Let me get my shirt straight. I'm sorry. But you're listening to them and you think it's cute because they're bragging about you. They're telling people about your achievements. They're telling people about, what you did on this job and how you advanced and all this. Now they're adding a little lies in their stuff. They're adding a little razzle dazzle in there. That Hollywood razzle dazzle to make it bigger and better than what it really is. And you just think it's cute. Oh, they bragging about me. That ain't cute. They ain't bragging about you. They making themselves look good. They're adding stuff to your story that does not exist, and they lying, or they're bragging about you and they're talking about your achievements and stuff, and you think it's cute because they're telling everybody about your achievements. It's not because of you. It's because of the fact it makes them look good. Look what I got. You are a piece of property. You are a piece of property. It's almost like you are a walking billboard to make them look good. And the minute you do something like hurt yourself, or, you mess around and fall down and embarrass them, or anything that looks bad, they immediately start dogging you out in front of their friends. They won't do it, they won't do it where it's so obvious, but they're going to start talking about you. So a narcissist wants to hijack your life. They want total control. They want to change your narrative. They want to change your thought process. They want to be in control of your emotions. You don't have the right to be mad. You don't have the right to cry. You don't have the right to question them because you make them feel uncomfortable. Hey, Sharima, you make them feel uncomfortable. You hold them accountable. Not only do you hold them accountable, you also call them out. And so you have become the evil one. So they're going to turn around and they're now attacking you in front of everybody else, but they're going to make sure that you don't know. So this is, and it's sad because this is how narcissists are. This is how narcissists are. And no matter, hope is the last thing to go. And people always have a hope that they may change because I love them. I hope they see how much I love them. And you notice that the years you have been with them, you're getting sicker and sicker and sicker. And the thing is that some of you want to get away. You get away, then you want to be with them because they say all the sweetest things to you on the telephone. They tell you all the things that you want to hear, and all you think about is, I really do love this person. but yet you getting sicker. You got migraines. You on all sorts of medication. You can't even stay awake. Your body is hurting. You know, you can't do anything without taking medication or walk around high. You know, so the only way that you're living in a fog. You're living like you're in a dream. And I'm going to talk about that one day too. You're living like you're in a dream. Your kids start talking about things and they're looking at you like you were there. What do you mean you don't remember? And you can't remember half of the stuff. You know, you can't recall the information, you know, and you were there in the middle. You're wondering like, where was I at? And you were right there. But yet you wonder why your body is hijacked, because that narcissist drains you of your life. The narcissist, what is it? I can't think of the movie now, but to hijack your personality, to hijack your life, and to go and introduce themselves to people, you know, to other people with your, it's almost like with your credentials. They use your credentials, your life attributes, and your personalities and your achievements and introduce themselves because they see you, they see the friends you have, they see the attention, the respect you get, they see, you know, the respect you have in the workplace with your career and everything, and that's what they want. So they mimic you to try to get that. They get around your friends because they want your friends to give them that. They try to take your life and use their life and make it seem like it's their life in front of other people. That is a narcissist, a parasite. It's unfortunate to say that, but they're a parasite. And you've been with them all these years and they're doing the same thing over and over and over. You know, it was Einstein, I think it was Einstein, that's who it was. I think it was Einstein who said, was it Einstein? Yeah, I think it was Einstein that said, you keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. And they're very consistent in their dysfunction. And they do the same things over and over again. And you just keep excusing it. And you're thinking, but they love me. They've never loved anybody like they love me. Yup, until they meet the next person that they can get away from you. The next person that has more than you do. It's only a matter of time. Some of them will stay with you for years because you tolerate them. Some of them will stay with you for a long period of time. And when you get tired, they'll pick it up. But they're always on the hunt. And if they find something that's better than you, you could be 80 years old. They'll leave you for that young thing, or they'll leave you for whatever it is that they're looking for. So hopefully that helped tonight. I appreciate all of you guys. I know I came on late. I did 40 minutes. I usually do an hour, but I wanted to make sure that I get in, give you this information. I'm tired. I know you guys are tired because a lot of you are coming in from different parts of the nation, and I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you guys waiting for me, and please forgive me for my tardiness. Those of you that missed it, please go back and watch the I was gonna say the rerun. Go back and watch the replay. I appreciate you guys. I remember I have my link is open now. Those of you that have asked me about the conference on July 26th, it's 100% online on Zoom. Please go buy your tickets. Now, some of you guys are asking me, you want to come? I want to come. Some of y'all be talking to look good on camera, but some of you don't show up. Now, if you're going to come and support me, I need you to come on and support me because this is a good topic. And it's the reconstruction project. It's from ruins to I was going to say rehab. Let you know I'm tired. From ruins to restoration. And a lot of you guys are now, you feel ruined and you're trying to get to that restoration point. You're trying to figure out how to navigate. How do I get myself back to a norm? One thing you have to understand, you'll never be the person you were before. You've changed forever because you have met this narcissist. You have been through a lot, but we're going to be talking about that on July 26th. My link, I will put my link underneath the videos. My link is on Facebook. My link is on YouTube, and I think TikTok. My link is on TikTok. So please go out there and get your tickets. Get your tickets. It is at a nominal fee so that you can pay and you get to talk to me. You get to talk to my mom, Helen Sadler, your destiny helper, Kathy Gibson. My life is intentional. Demetria Fields, Natasha's Touch. Bridget Griffin, she's a domestic violence advocate, myself, yours truly, and we're gonna, usually we have it all, it's an all-day event. Usually I start at 8 o'clock and we end like at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, but it's only from 9 to 3. So it's only from 9 to 3 with like a 45-minute lunch. And so, but you don't want to miss it. I promise you, every year, the people that come, they say they're always glad that they come. You're going to cry. You're going to get some answers. You will laugh because we love to laugh. We're going to laugh. And I'm telling you, you don't want to miss it. And then the tickets will be on sale for my mother's conference, which is August 8th, 9th, and 10th. And we will be in Dallas. So those of you that want to come out to Dallas and join us, it's a 3-day event. You don't want to miss it. It's one, she gonna feed you, so you don't want to miss it. It's gonna be an awesome conference. It always is. It is each process leads to freedom. It is not a narcissist conference. Now at the end, every day at the end, she does have a panel where we do talk about narcissism and complicated relationships. But the conference itself is dealing with every aspect of your life: ministry, family, finances, living life, healing. And so usually when I do my conference, I always kind of blend in because it comes from every area. So mine is the reconstruction project, and hers is each process leads to freedom. And then for those of you that are on the East Coast, I should be in New York, Buffalo, New York, on the 24th of May. It's funny because the 24th of May is my military anniversary. That's when I first came into the military in 1994, long time ago. But man, that's a long time. But that is actually my military anniversary. But May 24th, those of you that are on the East Coast that would like to come out to the Rachel experience. There's a flyer on TikTok, there's a flyer on Facebook, and there's a flyer on YouTube. Please look at that. They have a link on that flyer where you can get your tickets or register for the event. I don't know more information. You have to click on that link. But Buffalo, New York, May 24th from 10 to 2 p.m. I will be in New York. Please come out there and visit me. Please come out there and talk to me so I can I meet you guys. And please come online to my conference so I can meet a lot of you guys that are here. And especially if you're in the Dallas, if you are in the Dallas, well, not the Dallas, well, yeah, the Dallas area, but in Texas, please come out there to the Dallas area where we will be so that you can be a part of the conference. I would love to meet many of you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, Just Be Real. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to let you guys go. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Get you guys some rest. And please be great. And I'll put some videos out there. Sometimes I'll put the videos out because I'm busy, so sometimes I don't have the time to do it because remember, I'm running a business too, but I always think about you guys. And so when I'm having conversations, when I'm talking to people, when I'm researching things, even when I'm doing my studies, I keep notes a lot because I love to regurgitate and bring that the information back to you guys. Whatever information I get, I love to share it with you guys because I want to see you guys healed. I want to see you guys whole. I want to see you guys living your best life. I want to see you guys go from ruins to restoration. I want to see, some of you guys don't know the greatness that is inside of you. Some of you guys don't know, that experience that you can be bitter or you can be better. You can use that to help people, or you can sit around and you can be angry at your life. Don't ever want to forgive nothing, but somebody is waiting for you to open up your mouth and help them. Some of you have answers to questions that have not been that asked yet, and some of you guys are powerful business people, powerful entrepreneurs, artists. Some of you guys make beautiful music, that heals the heart. So I'm telling you guys, I love to see you guys prosper. I love to see you guys do well. That lets me know that what I do and what I have a passion for is working. And a lot of you that I've met when I actually came out to conferences, when I came to Dallas and Atlanta, I've had people tell their stories, and I was so humbled because, I'm just on here talking. I don't know who I'm talking to when I'm talking to people until I get to know you guys that are on camera. And some of the people that were behind the names, I actually got to meet, and they cried and said, you know what? That was me that sent you this message, or this was me that this happened to. And they appreciate it. Please don't ever stop. That's what kept me going. That's what kept me going with these videos. And I appreciate your support. I really do. I thank you so much for taking care, for making sure that you guys are here. There we go. Let's go on and get him off of here. But I thank you guys so much. There was one over there, Just Be Real. I think that's over there on Facebook over there. But he is banned. But I appreciate all of you guys for being here, and I hope all of you sleep well. Know that my love, I love you guys, and I think about you guys. And whenever I get information, I write. I have, if you can see my telephone, one day I'm a send a picture to Just Be Real, just so she can see all the notes I have on there, because I have like notes everywhere. There's notes everywhere. It's I keep notes all the time. So when I hear people talking or I'm in classes, I always write down, what I hear. But thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys, and I hope you guys have a great evening. Good night, everybody.